And the gentlelady is recognized for 5 minutes in support of the amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Closing the digital divide must remain a key priority for this committee. Truly closing the digital divide, however, requires more than building out the infrastructure necessary to connect the tens of millions of Americans still without reliable high-speed broadband. It also requires ensuring that everyday Americans can access affordable broadband and equipping Americans, from our seniors to students, with the necessary digital skills and devices to reap the full benefits of online access. Across all 50 states, broadband affordability and availability are the primary barriers to closing the digital divide. Unfortunately, this committee's oversight plan only prioritizes broadband availability. This is short-sighted and risks leaving many Americans behind. Democrats will keep fighting for the working class. That's why my amendment would ensure we also prioritize broadband affordability so that everyday Americans connect with their families, doctors, and schools online. Democrats can also keep fighting to hold the White House and federal agencies accountable to the American people and to the law. That's why my amendment calls on this committee to conduct oversight to ensure this administration is fully following the law when implementing federal broadband programs, including the bipartisan infrastructure laws, BEAD, and digital equity grants. Already, we've seen the chaos and confusion caused by the White House's malicious and misguided federal funding freeze. Even as courts weigh in, we can't deny the uncertainty this unprecedented power grab has unleashed for our states and communities as they question when they'll receive broadband funding and what the delays will cost them. This is especially important when our states and local communities have worked hard over the last few years to begin carrying out the BEAD and digital equity plans. States like Louisiana, Nevada, and Delaware are on track to put shovels in the ground this year to connect underserved communities. Many other states, including my home state of California, are hard at work building a fair and competitive award process and implementing digital equity plans so that our federal broadband dollars go to where they are most needed. All this progress, however, could be wasted if the Trump administration chooses to hold federal funding like BEAD or digital equity grants hostages. Freezing this funding ignores the law and harms the tens of millions of Americans who are counting on these programs to get connected. They can't afford to wait, and neither can we. We are the only oversight that these communities have. If we don't ensure affordability in addition to availability, we risk creating a two-tier system where only the wealthy can get online. With that, I call on my Republican colleagues to join us in voting for this common sense amendment to protect broadband affordability and send a clear message that no administration is above the law. With that, I yield back my time.
The